Good morning, one and all. How is everybody on this fine, lovely Monday morning? Back to the old grind, I guess, huh? I'm going to jump right into this shit, and I just want to touch base on one thing before I do get into that one thing. A lot of you folks, and I am so thankful for you did it because it made her day, in wishing Mary congratulations on graduating high school. You have no idea of all the well wishes. And she responded to each and every one of you. And some of you replied back, and it really made her feel special. I want to clarify something up, and I'm not going to go into a lot of grave detail about it. If you're wondering why Mary happens to have a different last name, is because my wife Chrissy is from Ashley and Mary are from a previous engagement with another gentleman many years ago. And Ashley and Mary are not my biological, but I have been in their life since they were about 4 and 5 years old, and been that father figure. The father is by no means a wonderful gentleman, if you know what I mean. I don't want to go into a lot of detail on it, but Ashley and Mary are not my biological, but I consider them my own. And you guys jumping out and reaching out to her really made her day yesterday. That was great. And that's Mary LaBelle. But she is my daughter. Alright. This is by no means going to be a bashing video on Edward. I'm not going to hate on him. I'm not going to tear him apart. I'm not going to do anything to him. A lot of you folks are aware of what transpired in the last 3 or 4 days with Edward and Haggy and TCB and Fizzbomb and people. Edward did some stupid things and people reacted on it, and Edward claims that he's doing it for awareness. And I'm sorry, you don't sit there and pull this shit and go, oops, I'm just trying to make a point, guys. Don't be mad. But yet you turn around and you block everybody because they're upset. You block everybody and ran them into the ground again, and we're starting this shit all fucking over again. Because you wanted to make a point and make people aware. People are fucking aware of this shit. They know what's going on. Now fix the problem and stop being the problem. You don't treat human beings like a test animal. You don't. We have feelings. We have a heart. We cared about you, Edward, and you just don't do that shit because you didn't get the response you were looking for. I'm sorry. You're acting like a spoiled little fucking brat because somebody said, stop, Edward, please. And it got to the point where you had to have a fucking meltdown and act like a spoiled little brat and run off and do the shit you did. Knock it off. Get some fucking help. There's a lot of shit coming out of the woodwork about you and this fucking anti-bullying shit. Your own director is even sitting there saying that you are a loose cannon. Quote unquote. There's a problem, and you need to address it. Get some help. Let people help you and stop calling them fucking names and dragging people into the ground. I'm not going to go through this shit again with you. If you harm yourself, I'm sorry. That's not what our intentions were. But I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to be made feel guilty. And I'm tired of the fucking tweets. Edward's back up to his old shit. He's ripping you apart. Good. Let him. He's got 700 subs now. His word can be heard, and people can make their own damn opinion from that. Edward, I was there for you. You don't treat people like this. You don't treat them as a lab rat. This is not a social experiment. It's not. It's a sick game and a sick joke. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. We are all aware. We are smart enough. We are old enough. Right down to the goddamn 9-year-old who's watching this shit too. Knows it. Alright. I love you all. And I'll talk to you guys very shortly. I just had to get that out there, and I'm sorry. But it needs to stop. And we got to get... Edward needs to get some help and stop with the anti-bullying shit and get some help and then approach it. But until then, I don't know. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. I love you all. Haggy family. Be good.